On this episode of the comic book review show, Adventurous Ones, we are going into more of the Energon universe with the trade paperback for the 5-part miniseries introducing G.I. Joe's very own Duke. Let's get started. Welcome back, Adventurous Ones, for another comic book review. I am your host, as always, the master of all multiverses, the reason why the MCU is a total shit show, Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, at your service. Yeah, I'm the reason that the MCU is a total shit show. Anyways, on this episode of the comic book review, we are checking out more of Daniel Warren Johnson's Energon universe with the 5-part miniseries, in trade paperback format, by the way, of Duke. Now, Duke was introduced in Transformers issue number 2, okay? And in this 5-part miniseries, you learn how he has become traumatized, basically, over the fact that his best friend was killed by Starscream in Transformers issue number 2. How he wants to find out answers. He thinks that Mars Industries has something to do with everything, which is how we're going to meet Destro and stuff like that, okay? There's so much to this story that they squeezed into 5 parts. It was unbelievable. And how it ends is even more unbelievable, because Duke is now on a mission. He doesn't care if the Autobots are the good guys or not. His last words in this comic, at the end of this miniseries, was, "We're going to kill them all." He didn't care. He saw one photo of Prime and stuff, Megatron's arm on and stuff, and his exact words was, "We're going to kill them all." He didn't care. He doesn't care. After his incident with Starscream, killing his best friend and everything else in between, Duke is on a mission. He's on a mission to build his own G.I. Joe team, to destroy everyone that's involved in this thing that he thinks that the Autobots and the Decepticons were created through. And little does he know, he is so wrong on this. He is so freaking wrong. I mean, he is literally telling his friends, his allies, his teammates, that these things they had to have been created. They had to have come from somewhere. They didn't just freaking fall out of the sky. Little does he know how wrong he is on that one. But the point is, Duke is on a mission now to destroy the Transformers. He doesn't care about being there's good ones or bad ones. He sees them all as the enemy and says they're all going to die. And that, pretty much, in here, we also meet new characters. We also meet a new way of introduction for characters such as the Baroness, Major Blood, let's see, where's that? Yeah, and Duke even fights a bat for the first time. The Battle Android Trooper. Hang on a second. There's a better shot of this. There's Destro, who right now has his own mini-series going on, leading into the new G.I. Joe comic coming. There he is taking on the bat. And I'm just like, oh, God. He literally thinks the Transformers were created by Destro. Okay? And his Mars Industries thing. Little does he know how wrong he is. Because this is the last shot of the miniseries. Of the 5-part miniseries for Duke. And he says right here, says the big SOB turns into a truck. Destro might not have built them, but someone did. And we need to know what they are and how to stop them. You already proved you can, son. What do you say now, Duke? We destroy them all. Now, it says end of volume 1. Okay, that part I can't understand because this was only a 5-part miniseries. See? End. Volume 1, end. So I'm guessing Volume 2 is Cobra Commander? Or is it Volume 1 just for Duke? Either way, unreal. And there's also... Now, this is the one thing that kind of ticked a lot of people off, okay, about this trade paperback. This is the insert from the free comic book day Energon Universe free comic book day comic, okay, which contains a piece from that's going to be in the Cobra Commander end of the Cobra Commander trade paperback. It also contains a piece that's featured here, which is says at the end of it, to be continued in G.I. Joe. Then, of course, the epilogue, that's the end of the epilogue, it says. And that's it. Nothing else to it. But this is the one thing that kind of got a little people a little ticked off on this stuff, because they said that the free comic book, what was the point of the free comic book day thing for that comic if these things are just going to be featured at the end of the trade paperbacks? Well, I can't really say on that one and stuff, because in the case of the Cobra Commander one, I don't have the trade paperbacks. I have the 5-part miniseries in individual comics. Okay, I didn't get the trade paperback yet. But in the case of the Duke one, I just decided to go with the trade paperback and get the 5 parts all in one thing, rather than put out $40 or $50 just to get all 5 parts in the single issues, which I can't do that right now. This is actually the cheaper option, especially when it's only $14.99 for the trade paperback, which also if you have Amazon Prime, you actually can get it for $13 and something, and then the tax on top of that still comes out to about 14 something. But you're still getting a good deal out of it one way or another, because you're getting all 5 parts in here, plus the insert from the free comic book day. Now, what is my judgment on this one? Love it. I love the introductions. I love how it's building up to the new G.I. Joe series that's going to start in November, which a lot of people were first heard about the announcement. You should have seen Twitter. It was funny how these people were, okay? Why are they rebooting it again? You know, it's already at issue 300 and something. I'm like, that's G.I. Joe, a real American hero, not G.I. Joe. Just period. G.I. Joe, Energon Universe, G.I. Joe. Okay? Wrong G.I. Joe altogether. Because this is a complete reboot of the G.I. Joe series. This is a complete reboot of Transformers in general. And then Void Rivals being a part of it as well. It's one big Energon Universe story arc that builds onto one another. And the new G.I. Joe series is going to see Joe, the G.I. Joe team of Duke, and Baroness, along with several others that they got on their team. And we're going to see Cobra Commander come into it with Cobra. So, with Destro and stuff like that. So, you're going to see some major changes going on when November comes for that series. Now, if you want to get this trade paperback yourself, I put the link down in the description below for Amazon, where it's on Amazon. If you got this at your local comic book shop, get it. It's the perfect way to get into this to the story, so you know more about what's going on with G.I. Joe, so you know more about this Energon universe, about how it's all culminating together, this is the perfect way to do it. And for $14.99, it's not a bad deal either. Especially considering a lot of times trade paperbacks these days are anywhere between $24.99 and in those circles. And that's even if they were just 6 issues. You're practically getting 6 issues in here and only $15. So, there you go. So, that's it for this issue of the Comic Book Review Show. I am your host, like always, Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss on anything we got going on in 2024. Lots more on the way, and you don't want to miss out on a single thing we got coming up. So until the next one, my adventurous ones, peace out. May the force be with all of you. And every last one of y'all have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. And God bless. Stay safe out there, and be smart about things. Until the next one, my adventurous ones, I will see you all